So good afternoon, everyone, or good morning if you're further west than the East Coast. Good evening if from Europe. And today we're going to talk about, I am incredibly fired up to talk about Clarity plus Claire AI. So we've been talking for a long time about Claire. We released Claire to the market months ago, right? In the fall, actually before our summit in October. And we added a companion, Tony. Claire is, you think of her as a colleague, as an assistant, and think of Tony as your intern, your eager intern who understands everything there is to understand about actually using the system. And we will sunset Claire 1, as we call her affectionately, and Tony. But for now, they're staying alive and kicking. I know a lot of you have ongoing projects in there. So let's get my watch set up so that I stay honest on time. Okay, and this is being recorded, so it will be available for additional use. At least I hope it is. And so if you see me looking over to the side here, it's because that's where my pip is and where my notes are. All right. Clarity plus Claire AI. And this is, guys, this is big. Ladies and gentlemen, this is really big. So what does this mean for you as advisors? I want you to think of Claire, we're going to take a look at it, right, and ask some questions. I'll show you some capabilities. Think of her as your advisory co-pilot, and we're going to talk about the phases of rollout, right? You know me well, you know Growth Drive well, you know that we are constantly evolving the resources, the infrastructure that is available to you to support you as you grow your advisory business, as you deliver client wins. So what are the three core capabilities today that Claire brings to the table? We have guidance and customer success, right? How do I, what do I, should I, okay? We have a Growth Drive knowledge layer. So think of this as, and by the way, Claire has over 500,000 words, 300 videos, articles. I mean, she has access to an incredible wealth of information. Okay, so she's your Growth Drive knowledge layer, methodology, process, and a lot more. And then she also can create scripts. Imagine saying, hey, I'm about to sit down with a client. Give me a script for an introductory meeting. I need to generate KPIs. I need to run analytics on this report. Okay, so Claire in her current state can do all of that. Okay, and she can do it well. We're going to move Claire from where she is today, okay, we're going to deepen her capabilities. We're doing this in a measured fashion, and I'll talk about rollout in a sec, but we're doing this in a way we want to make sure that she is as accurate and as bulletproof as possible. So we're going to give you, we're going to release a deeper level of analytics. Right now, she can in the lab, right in the black box, but we haven't released to production the ability to run analytics on individual clients. Analytics, can you summarize where we are with Ridge Specialty Tooling? Right now, you can't ask her that, although she can do some adjacent tasks. Now we're going to do deeper individual business analytics and organization level analytics. What's the average strategic capacity for all of my clients? Okay, we're going to move from simply generating KPIs to interpreting them and recognizing patterns. We are adding right now, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's very cool. We haven't released it yet, but we are using a variety of different commercial enterprise grade AI engines, and we're adding an Anthropic engine to generate client deliverables. In fact, this presentation was created in a delightfully short amount of time using our what I call Claire Sidecar, which is an Anthropic tool, Anthropic powered tool. So we're going to be able to generate. You'll be able to generate deliverables, and as I said, insights across individual and groups of clients. And we are, as I've mentioned many times, we are also bringing important data into the system. So you will very shortly, right, in a matter of days, be able to connect Clarity to Plaud, Plaud, into your Zoom meeting notes. So we're going to be able to grab meeting notes from, if you're using Plod, from Google Meets, Zoom, and Teams. Okay. Now imagine having all of those conversations as data when you're generating plans, deliverables. Where the heck, Claire? Where the heck are we? What did what did Bob say about blank? Okay, that is coming very rapidly, but in a very measured way to you. So today, better analysis, guidance, meeting scripts, deliverables. Tomorrow, this is Claire will evolve. Clarity plus Claire will evolve into the infrastructure that systematically drives client wins, right? Prosperity, wealth, legacy, thriving businesses through the integrated strategic capacity doctrine. You can read about that in the community. Now, one more teaser. We will very soon be pulling financial results out of accounting suites. We'll start with QBO. And so imagine, again, having that data, and you will therefore be able to link strategic capacity and increases or contractions of strategic capacity to financial performance. And we have that data, behind the scenes. Those of you who are updating the financials can see it already. Guys, it'll be near real time or real time. It's up to you. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want you to engage with clients faster. We want you to have higher quality. I want you to be very confident in using the system and talking to clients and helping them in those three main areas, right? CEOs only want three things. They want to make their business easier to run, 21%. That's predictable profits and cash flow, the first dimension of business growth. 62% of CEOs want to grow their business. They want to create predictable, sustainable growth. And that's dimension 2. And then 17% of clients are preparing to sell their business. And that is dimension 3, predictable, transferable value. They are dimensions because you can move in all three at the same time. And Claire is going to demonstrate that for you. Okay. So what are we doing with the rollout before we roll up our sleeves and jump in there? You've heard enough from me. You want to see what's going on. We are releasing Claire to a pilot group for 10 days, starting today. And then we're going to use that feedback. We already have a tremendous amount of experience, and we're going to do a commercial release, right? Anyone. This is available to paying Clarity subscribers. Okay, it's Clarity plus Claire AI. So we're doing this the right way. We're doing it in a measured way, and I'm super excited. And as always, we're here. We're committed to your success, deeply committed to your success. So we're looking forward to your feedback as you use the tool. Now, long term, Claire will become an agentic architect and sort of a taskmaster, right? So we think about delegating tasks, working on tasks with clients. And those of you who are familiar with the integrated strategic capacity doctrine and the concept of helping clients qualify for the 85 plus strategic capacity asset class, we need to help clients do, right? We need to help clients drive change. And that is what Claire is going to help you do. All right. So just killer future coming for us. So I've taken 10 minutes giving you a preamble. Let's do a test drive. So I'm going to jump straight in to Claire. Everybody ready? There we go. And welcome back. So here she is. She's fired up. Now I've just logged into my demo. I'll close this. Okay. I've just logged into my demo account. This is the account we use for teaching the C3D course. This is the account we use when we're showing the system, showing our infrastructure to clients, providing customer success support. This is not a demo of the system. This is, however, a demo of Claire. So you have Claire at 3 different places. Okay, she's over here. Here's your Claire assistant. By the way, the AI notes module will be down here. Stay tuned. You can access her here and here, right? So if I click Get Help from Claire, she's going to offer, every day she offers something different. So track and improve KPIs. Great. Let me show you what she does. Let's click on that. And so over here, you're in a more constrained window. Okay, I've got it at max size, and Claire, who's pretty quick, is going to come back, and she's going to come back with something relatively complicated. So I want to use this to show you what she's done. Okay, so I just accepted her prompt. This is a great way to learn, isn't it? Now, remember, I said she understands our methodology, our process, our glossary of terms, our language, right? Our common language. And so she's going to give an explanation, convert strategic intent into measurable objectives, growth driving objectives, key results. In the key results, we need key performance indicators, right? To measure and track change. And here we go, building KPIs, create an execution rhythm to keep score, the execution leadership business operating system. This is time-boxed sprints. She's giving some pretty good advice, guys. This is how to run. She's just told you how to run, aspects of an engagement. All right. And I'm scrolling down here. You remember how Tony, or those of you the uninitiated, Tony is our customer success intern. Well, here we are. And with guidance, she's telling you where, based on your question, at what minute to start watching these videos. Okay. There are over 300 videos out there. So great. I'm going to close that out. Pretty cool, right? Now you can ask follow-on questions, but I'm going to close that out, and I'm going to jump into, sometimes you want a larger work surface, right? So let's just jump into Claire Assistant over here, and I'm going to start a new chat. So over here, I have some, rather than you watching me type, we're going to start with something simple. We talked about a glossary. What is strategic capacity, and how do I explain it? After I said you wouldn't have to watch me type. Old habits. So here she goes. Now this is this is retrieval augmented generation, RAG. This is using an OpenAI. OpenAI is the engine, and I'm going to scroll back down. Understanding measurability to deliver predictable profits, sustainable growth, transferable value, independent of a single person, non-heroic. Okay, so she's giving you its structural contributors, growth capacity, and value capacity. So when you're sitting, imagine you're sitting with your client and you have a brain cramp, right? It happens to me. You can ask Claire to assist, or if your client asks a question, you can ask Claire to assist, and she has access to our library and to a limited extent, the World Wide Web. Again, here are some videos. Okay, so this is great. Let's follow this on with another question. I'm just going to keep doing new chats so that we don't get lost in translation here. So here we go. This one I will copy and paste. What's the quickest way to get some early wins with a client? Okay, great. Now, imagine those of you who are new to the system, even or deeply experienced, the more experienced you are, the more sophisticated your questions may become, because you'll have this basic knowledge. But we all need refreshers, right? We all need to go back to basics. So what are you going to do? We're going to go with CEO clarity and then team clarity, right? Create a consensus view about strategic capacity. We're going to have the 90-minute growth conversation. You C3Ds will recognize this. The script is in your playbook, and we'll just follow with clean, visible buy-in. We're going to talk about the 85% asset class. Okay, this is fantastic. Here's a nod to our 90.io integration, and there's good information here, and we can ask a follow-on. Can you, here, let's just make this easy. Give me a script for my first meeting. Okay, yes, there's a typo, but you know what? AI tends to not care. So she can generate a script. Purpose of the first meeting. She's telling you what to say, giving minutes. So it's not a bad agenda. Oh, and she's referring us to the one-page strategy planner. But I'm just going to click on that so that is going to take you to the community. Yep. And there we are. And here's the one-page strategy planner, and you can open it up, download it, etc. You can feed it to AI, and have it crunch on whatever question you have. So very cool. Great. What else? Here's the next question. These are so I've been recording questions I get most often either in demos or in customer success calls. And so here's one we get. It's in fact, we can use this. We can typo the Ranagi. I can't type very well. So here she goes. So she is the range of value support, low, mid, and high, help owners understand their strategic capacity, current transferable value. I mean, this is good stuff, right? Comparison to industry benchmarks, and why it's important. Okay, well, that's great. I'm going to move my pip over here. I want to show you if we copy this, okay, and I'm going to take you over to our dev lab. Here. Let me show you how I created this beautiful document. So I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go over to projects, and in Sidecar, I'm just going to paste this, create a client deliverable. Create a client deliverable for. So remember, I copied. I'm going to paste it, and away we go. Now, no search results. Continue. Now, of course, AI decides it has to act up. There we go. So, now this model has very much more limited training, and this is the model we're using for testing and development inside. That's being added right now into Claire, the embedded Clarity plus Claire AI. And she's building a deliverable. I'm just doing this to demonstrate the power of the Anthropic module so that you get a sense, those of you who are new to AI or are focused on another platform, Claude is very good at language and at generating deliverables. I think OpenAI has the edge on analysis. So here we go. She's building it real time. So let's go. Notice that she's using my corporate colors. All right. So she's gone to our teaching case because that's the one she has to crunch on. That's our test case. She's got the correct scores here because I work with this case every day. And best in class benchmark is an 85. By the way, there's no such thing as a perfect business. So we're always looking at 85 as our near perfect. Range of values. Here she comes. What has she created? Current value, potential value, a 5-year opportunity, the value gap. And I could have her change. Look, this is, so let me show you how easy it is. When she finishes to this, I'm going to ask her to create a shareable deliverable. Okay. So you're seeing it live. Okay. This is a calculation of values. The term is generally defined by the NACVA, AICPA, and ASA, and that is true. So she's building the report. I'm just going to take a moment because notice that live, right? While we're doing it, she has done this. So now I'm going to ask her to create a shareable deliverable. Can you let's see if she remembers our corporate colors. This is a little bit of a test. This is QA. Oh, come on. Don't be a jerk. There we go. This is going to take a sec, and then we're going to jump back in, and I'll show you some more Claire capabilities. I think it's important. I know how important it is for you to look good in front of your clients, right? We build this into our deliverables. You can, well, I'll show you what you can do in a moment, but you can, we'll demonstrate it, but you can load the Clarity Level 1 report, for example, into Claire and have her generate deliverables. Okay. This Anthropic engine is not yet in the system, but the guys are working on it. The guys and gals are working on it right now. So, all right, maybe we'll come back to this in a sec because you don't want to watch the clock go round. All right. Now, what else might we want to do? Well, it's just generating that deliverable. What else do you want to do? So you have the objectives, you have the key results, right? You also can, so what are the KPIs? So, and you create KPIs for increasing capacity and effective senior leadership. And quick, she's going to come up with some really good, you may not get exactly this. So software has a topography. You always know what you're going to see. You always know what you're going to get. In AI, you may get a slightly different answer. And this is, here we go. So we're going to, this is different than the last answer I got. And we can look down here and I'll show you. So leadership alignment index, decision velocity, strategic execution rate. These are things, by the way, that you might be tracking or subtracking in the business flow. So you have your Monday track meeting, right? We're going to track where we are. And then we're going to use the business flow scorecard. And these might be good metrics to be tracking in the business flow scorecard or in side meetings. So we have the senior leadership team meeting, and then we have team meetings, leadership development. And she is giving us a ton of information. Okay. So this is great. Each KPI should roll into the one strategy planner. Under the leadership objective block. There you go. And so we can ask for all sorts of things. This is the type of display that we are working on, not fixing, but improving, so that you have bullet points. Okay. Now, okay. Was there another one that I wanted to show? Yes. Here's a question that we get regularly, and I'll use this as my penultimate demonstration point. Can you show me how to explain how now? If you've read the level 1 report, you know that it has a ton of information. And is relatively, if you read it, it's self-explanatory. A lot of us have shorter attention spans. So here we go. And she's helping you understand how to explain the report at a high level to your client, right? So you're going to hand them a 23-page report, but we're going to start giving some good answers. So would you like a client-friendly script? Yes, I'd like a script. She's very good at creating scripts. Okay. So, and you all of your prior prompts are stored for you. Okay. Here they are, so print ready presenter version. This is, we're going to get into one page. She keeps going back to the one-page strategy planner. She seems to be in love with that today. So you generating the script, right? Pretty cool. Now let's just see what the type of deliverable. Here we go. This is why we are bringing Anthropic in. Now AI has managed to muddle up the logo. No problem. We can correct that. We can correct that by iterating. But as we scroll down, this is great looking, isn't it? So here it is, and we can download it. Okay, it's a PDF. I can do it as a HTML. We can, and here, here's Anthropic actually getting this number screwed up. No problem. You know that we can iterate and say, hey, correct this, correct that. But it is not a bad first pass at a deliverable, right? So multiple 3.4 EBITDA, 6x EBITDA. This is pulling some terrific information. Ridge Specialty Tooling's EBITDA margin outperforms the industry average, which she has, right? Yet strong margins are being undermined by a strategic capacity score of 56. Darn right. This is what AI is saying things, coming to conclusions and communicating them in ways that static software cannot. All right. So great first pass, good looking report. And I can have it, I can do it as a deliverable. Here we go. I can download it. We can edit it. These can be saved as Google Drive docs. So a tremendous amount of capability here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the evolution. I'm just going to riff for a sec, if that's okay. I want you to imagine having software that has a topography, a place where we feel comfortable, right? We understand the map. We know what we're going to see every time. Layering on top of that, the intelligence to draw conclusions, to get creative, to generate the deliverables you need. By the way, your organization, so think of that as an umbrella. So your CPA firm, right? Can create rules and can create can train your own, your instance of Claire, so that all the users are seeing the same template, right? Are seeing the same colors, no one else will be able to see. This is SOC 2 compliance, and nobody else is going to be able to see your data. And imagine, the power you're going to have as it learns you individually. So this becomes software learning how you like to work, learning your preferences, learning how you want to communicate with your clients. And ultimately, as we move into agentic AI, so AI knows and says, agentic AI does. And the do can be something simple, a single task. It fetches information and reports on it, to something highly complex, a multi-step workflow. All of that is being the evolution is being put in your hands. And I want you to imagine, and I'm a little sad that I didn't create a slide for this. Our goal, Growth Drive's vision, is for $1 trillion of businesses in what we call the pre-middle market, middle market, 2.5 million to 100 million, $1 trillion of these businesses to increase strategic capacity in the 3 dimensions of business growth. How do we accelerate our accomplishing that vision, which is done through you, the advisor, right? Through you, the advisor. Well, we want you to thrive. I'm committed to your success. So understand the Growth Drive is creating the infrastructure you need to double the number of clients you can serve. We want you to be able to serve 5 exceptionally well and an additional 5 exceptionally well. 10 clients, for example, I'm keeping the math easy, 10 clients, right? Without sacrificing your personal lifestyle and without sacrificing quality. Ask yourself, how can this infrastructure help you engage with and deliver wins for twice as many clients in the same amount of time at the same or higher quality. That's what Clarity plus Claire AI is helping you do. That's where we're committed to taking you. Okay. So with that, we're at the half hour. Thank you very much. You can post questions in the community, right? And with that, I'm going to say, have a great lunch. Have a great rest of your day. If you have questions, hit me up. You know how to reach me. I'm very easy to find. And I'll look forward to having a chat with you very soon. Thank you all. Really appreciate it. Bye now.